everyone, welcome to StormCrows TV, the show where two lit chicks talk about all things reading and writing. I'm Allegra.
And I'm Emily. And today we're going to be doing our recap of episode 6 of A Discovery of Witches.
If this is your first time joining us or you missed previous recaps or reviews, be sure to check those out in the links below. We wouldn't want you to be lost or anything.
So this is going to be a lot of recap because this is the climaxing WTF episode, so strap in, y'all.
Scarlet Witch flies Diana to the ruins of Mordor or wherever J Daddy's secret lair is, where he promptly gets creepy. Well, creepier. Seriously, the man took a level in creepy. He goes on to play Witchbox, and it's stuck on repeat. Maybe feed it some blood, creepo. Her batteries are low.
Diana is somehow clueless about what they want because her entire life hasn't been about the monster book of monsters for an entire month. Seriously. Satu doesn't understand the level of plankness she's up against and tries to negotiate, but she does lock the doors because ruined castles still have doors. But the scene between them is fucking fantastic. Both actresses rock so hard. Satu genuinely appears to soften, her disdain becoming pity as she realizes Diana cannot witch. Her mom never even taught her witch flying. And Diana has this super Victorian logic that it's fine she can't witch because she has Matthew. Satu wisely sees this as training wheels and suggests teaming up against J-Daddy. Dia gets snippy, so Satu drops the bomb. Matt ate Jillian, and Diana doesn't give a single hashtag Team Satu. And also hashtag plot hole. More on that later. Scarlet and Di square off. Di defends herself on accident, and the witch fight begins.
In which, Scar calls Diana traitor and disgrace, but mostly witches seem awful, so does anyone care about that? Diana goes off about witches witch murdering her witch parents. Satu processes this in 0.3 seconds and gets to a point Diana should have already reached about an episode back. Quote, they were hiding secrets, like you. Why the hell isn't Diana wondering about the why and wherefore? Anyway, Satu then beats the hell out of Diana with the dark side. You'd think the snowflake magic would show up, but nah, she left the Captain Planet rings at Castle postcard. So Satu pins her and starts the torture show. Though, on a rewatch, the torture seemed more like a side effect than intent. Also, it burns Matt's sigil into Diana's back. How does Scarlet know that sigil? More on that later, I guess. But it doesn't matter because both witches break and pass out. I love this scene.
Meanwhile, at Castle Postcard, Matt finally wakes up and flips out. Baldwin arrives for some DC sibling throwdown, which ends in an uneasy truce so Matt can get a call that Auntie Em has scried some shit going down in Mordor. And the boys figure out a witch did it. We find out no witch has ever violated DC territory, and this will hashtag start a war. Seriously, does everything in the show start a war? How are these people not always warring? But Nox cannot fly, so it can't be him. Congregation Witch number 3 gets a name. I can't say that name.
Sigismund.
Seriously? Sigismund? Say that 3 times fast. Anyway, we learn that because Bao calls Nox, who doesn't know where Scarlet is but covers for her anyway. Then Martha and Mama Vamp somehow know about witch flight patterns. Because reasons.
Back in Mordor, Satu tosses Diana down a well. Both end up screaming. Same, Satu. Same.
Preach.
Also, you're now the most interesting character because J-Daddy's super pissed about this whole well arrangement. Satu admits she has no power, so he throws her in timeout with Witchbox. J-Daddy is Vampire Voldemort, OMG. House DC is freaked. Issy reminds everybody that J-Daddy used to hang out with witch prisoners not that far away, which we just forgot until this second. So Bal and Matt hop a chopper to Mordor, while Diana hallucinates her parents, and Witch Mom tells her a story that's exactly what's happening. I have a lot of questions, including whether the chopper pilot is a vampire.
Because J-Daddy is Nox level bad at this game, he introduces Scarlet to Witchbox. And leaves them alone. Seriously, with his most prized toy. Satu talks to it/her, and Witchbox loans her some magic? I guess? Because she can now open the door.
So, of course, B Daddy and Matt can't get Diana out of the well, so she remembers Mom's story and, quote, magic is the heart, which, okay, Captain Planet. And she flies up to Matt, because of course. It takes both vampires to usher her out of the castle, though, because one can't just fireman carry her. Like, dudes, you're combat veterans. I expected better rescue skills. But on returning to Castle Postcard, we do get to see Matt, or his writers anyway, are excellent at handling trauma victims, so nice touch show. And they find out about that new back tattoo.
Diana's line is, Satu said she was going to open me up, but she didn't. Yeah, and don't you wonder why yet? Does Diana just not do critical thinking? Obviously, Matt can't because he's in Neanderthal I'll never let you go again mode. Cue Allegra and Emily ranting about that.
Next episode. So Diana asks if Matt snacked on Jillian, and he goes on this way creepy rant about, I will hunt down anyone who wishes to hurt you and I will kill them. But he denies killing Jillian, because we trust you to make rational choices about anything now, Matthew. Hashtag Team Baldwin. Diana demands to deal with Satu herself, and Allegra's last fluffy romance feels are evaporating in the distance.
Hashtag Team Baldwin for the sibling showdown of the century. Val threatens to disown Matt, which is starting to seem less like a bad move after that last conversation. Matt trumps him by calling up the Knights of Lazarus. He is stuck, so he's like, fine, whatevs, but act fast, because I can't stall forever.
Meanwhile, Satu frees the witch box, whose name is Meridiana, which makes her witch famous, but nobody witch explains it, so only Satu knows why. Witchbox evaporates, but repeats her weirdo prophecy, beware the witch of House Lannister and Stark, all that jazz. She also says thank you Weaver to Satu, which sounds like it's going to be important later.
Sophie, the cute Preggers demon, admits she was born to witches. Agatha shook, but tells Di's deets. Guess we finally get demon plotline resolution next episode, maybe?
Nah. Diana is all, I feel so better. And Isabeau goes, yeah, you ain't spellbound now, chick. But who did it to start with? Because only mad or bad people get spellbound. And finally, Diana looks in a mirror and wonders, what am I? Girl, it's $1 million question, and it took you like 5 episodes too long, but welcome to where the rest of us are sitting.
You know, honestly, if you're still sitting through this far, like you might as well just see the rest of it out. But we will talk about that more next episode, where we review what we just explained.
Good luck, guys. See you on the flip side.
Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, and we will see you very soon. Bye.